Welcome to Standing Digestion Yoga. This practice is perfect to kickstart your Agni, which is your digestive fire. We'll come forward on our toes, back on our heels, and find a place where you feel centered in your feet, and your feet root down. Your arms reach up, palms come to touch overhead. Hands come down, passing through heart center, and rest on your belly. Take some deep breaths into your belly. Without judgment, feel into this part of your body. Notice any sensations that you feel. And set your intention for the practice. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Grab onto your right wrist with your left hand, arcing over to the left side. Root through your feet so you feel stable. Come back up and switch. Grabbing onto your left wrist with your right hand, looking up if that feels okay for your neck. Inhale, come back up through center. Take your feet in a little closer, right under your hips, and palms come to touch this time. We'll arc over to the left side, looking up underneath the right arm, and over to the opposite side. Arms sweep down nice and slowly by your sides. We'll step the right leg back. Arms come up in a high lunge. You'll guide the right knee down to the mat into a low lunge. Hands come down through heart center. And we'll come into a twist, twisting the right elbow over the left knee, looking over your left shoulder. Or not all the way over, but towards the left side of the room. And breathing deep into the twist. I know it might feel counterintuitive because you're twisting, but still try to send the breath deep into the belly. As you untwist, you'll bring your arms back up through center, coming back into low lunge. If a slight back bend is in your practice, you could take that. Hands come down. Walk your left foot out towards the left side of your mat, and come into yogi squat. You might need to steady yourself with fingertips in front of you on the mat. If you do, that's totally fine. If not, bring your palms to touch. Your elbows can gently press against your knees. Come halfway up as you inhale, fingertips to shins. Hands come down to the mat, and you take the left leg back. Inhale. The arms come up into a high lunge, and you guide your left knee down, coming into a low lunge. Feel into the expression of your low lunge. Let your palms come together and twist, pulling your belly button in as you twist, looking towards the right elbow. Notice your breath. Keep it steady. Even as things start to heat up. This heat is great. Like I mentioned before, the digestive fire, heat, and movement help us to digest. Untwist. Come back through center. Inhale, the arms come up. And as you exhale, your hands come down, and you'll come into a downward facing dog. Walk out your dog a little bit, bending at your knees. Take the right leg up towards the top of the mat. With straight legs, so you want to make sure your legs are pretty wide, like on railroad tracks. And you could take a block to the inside of your right foot, or you could tent your fingertips, and your right arm reaches up, so coming into a twist. This twist can be really intense, so I do suggest if you need the help of a block or a box, you can definitely use it. We'll step back into downward facing dog. Left foot comes up, so straight legs coming onto fingertips. Feel the stretch through the backs of your legs. Pull your belly button to initiate the twist. And look up towards your left fingertips. Feel your feet steady as your roots. Press into your hands and step those feet back. Walk your feet forward and start to ragdoll yourself up. So exaggerating, going up nice and slow, one vertebrae at a time. As you come up, roll your shoulders back and down. Inhale to sweep your arms up. And we'll come into chair pose. Hands comes down through heart center. Twisting over your left knee first. Right elbow comes to the outside of the left knee. Looking back to your left. As you feel some heat, make sure you breathe. Come back through center and twist to the opposite side. Left elbow to the outside of the right knee, looking up towards the right arm. Keep your belly button pulled back. Come back through center, untwist. Arms reach up overhead. Hands come down through heart center. Moving into triangle pose, the right foot comes towards the top of the mat, toes face forward. Left foot is horizontal with the top of the mat. Your arms are straight out as though somebody's pulling your right fingertips to the side. You'll extend out of your waist and bend down and have your hand come onto your thigh, or if it's in your practice, down towards the ground. Look up towards that left hand if that's comfortable for your neck. And let your waist guide you back up through center. Letting your left hand come down towards your left leg, your right arm will arc over your head, coming into reverse triangle pose. Breathing deep into the right side of your body. Come back up through center, and we'll reverse that. So the left toes face the back of the mat. The right foot's horizontal with the top of the mat, which is now the back of the mat. And you'll extend out through the left fingertips and come into triangle pose. Arm reaches up towards the sky, arcs over the head, breathing into the side of your body, rooting through the feet. Come back up through center and reverse. Right hand comes down onto the leg, left arm arcs over the body, over the head. Feel how firm your feet are planted into the ground, keeping you stable. Come back up through center. Take your feet underneath your hips. Inhale your hands up overhead and down through heart center onto your hips. We'll start to make some mindful hip circles, engaging your belly as you do so. And once you've completed a full circle in one direction, you'll take it slowly in the opposite direction. Feet come out wide to about the width of the mat and drop your hips down. Elbows press gently against the knees. Palms are pressed together. Coming back into our yogi squat malasana. If you need the support of your fingertips on the mat again, that is fine. Inhale to come up, arms reach overhead, feet come back underneath your hips, hands come down through heart center. The left hand goes on your heart, right hand goes onto your belly. Notice how you're feeling. Send yourself love and gratitude. And look for my other digestion yoga videos on my channel, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for practicing.